and streaming on Paramount Plus.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, what are you waiting for?
Call George Sink Injury Lawyers at all nines now.
The sooner you call, the sooner they can help.
George Sink Injury Lawyers has the experience to help you get your money faster. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call all nines.
The Wilson family.
But if you've been hurt in a serious accident, George Sink Injury Lawyers is here for you. We're available to take your call nights, weekends, 24/7.
The First Alert team, named best in Georgia. Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Tonight, all eyes on South Carolina for the next battle in the world of politics. Nikki Haley returns to her home state tonight, and Governor Gavin Newsom is promoting the president over in Allendale. We break it all down coming up next.
But first tonight, justice delayed for the family of Arbery Anthony. 2 years after the tragic shooting of that 8-year-old little girl, the murder case is delayed.
And now the family is wondering when justice will be served.
Charlie Turner joining us live in the newsroom. So where does this case stand right now?
Yeah, right now, 2 out of the 7 people accused in Arbery's death are out on bond. And as of this week, the case remains on hold, leaving the family in what they call a cycle of hurt.
Jamila McDaniel says 2 years without her niece Arbery is a pain that continues to grow.
It's a pain you never want to experience. It's something you'll never get over. You'll be able to learn how to live with it, but you won't get over it. Our heart is shattered because she shouldn't be where she's at. She should be here with us.
But at the start of this year, she says there was a new hope that the case would go to trial when it made it on the court calendar. But when Judge Wright's gavel hit the desk Monday morning, it moved the case to a future date.
Didn't know anything about the continuance, like I said when I talked to you the other day.
And now they want to know why.
I want to know when. Why it's taking so long. Why I got to get pushed back. Why I got to get continued. 2 years? No, it shouldn't take this long.
The reason for the pushback? We found attorney Bruce Harvey sent in this notice on December 27th, stating his involvement with the YSL gang case in Atlanta, a jury trial that can take 4 to 6 months, and now their family is back to the waiting game.
I don't know what to think, honestly, when they keep pushing it off and keep pushing it off. But we want to make sure she gets served. We want to make sure everybody still remembers her. It's a very frustrating feeling.
Now, Judge Wright also told me that the lead investigator on the case has been deployed for the last year and recently just got back, so the case is not ready for trial.
Just a frustrating delay, I know, for those family members who are just ready for some closure here. Hallie, thanks for those updates from court.
To other now, and let's send things over to
a few very spotty showers across the area. Any rain you do see tonight should be on the lighter side and very scattered. Nothing that looks too widespread, but just a few raindrops can't be ruled out. You can see much higher rain chances though west of us. We'll have much more on our rain threat the rest of the week in just about 10 minutes.
Riley, thank you. Just a few hours ago, the Aiken County Coroner's Office giving us an update on a deadly crash that happened on Green Pond Road. They say 18-year-old Emily Heath died right there on the scene from her injuries. The teenager was driving north on Green Pond Road when her vehicle crossed the center line, overcorrected, left the road, and hit a tree. SCHP is investigating. In the world of politics, former President
Certainly not a face you're used to seeing on the East Coast and in Allendale, of all places.
Politics comes right through South Carolina this year, right?
Yeah. And a reminder, Thursday, that is your last chance to register to vote for the Republican presidential primary in South Carolina. Early voting for that starts February 12th. It goes until February 22nd.
The Republican primary coming up February 24th, and we have more voting information for you on the website, wrdw.com.
A $2.2 million donation could help address Georgia's rural health care shortages. Peach State Health Plan and the Centene Foundation sent the funds to Augusta University. They say that $2 million commitment will help expand the Medical College of Georgia's primary care pathway program. It will also introduce a loan forgiveness program for Dental College of Georgia students who commit to serving rural communities.
There's a looming crisis in the near future, a lack of health care workers. The American Hospital Association says the U.S. will face a shortage of up to 124,000 doctors by 2033. And at least 200,000 nurses per year need to be hired to meet that demand. Here at home, Taylor Martin reports Columbia County schools are pairing students interested in health care with professionals.
From careers in nursing to careers in medical screening, the future is bright for these students.
Orthopedic surgery. So my grandfather got a hip replacement, and I thought that was particularly interesting because it really did kind of change his quality of life. I just want to be involved in that personally.
Leaders at the Columbia County School District say their hope is to have them pursue careers in healthcare locally.
It kind of puts that on their radar, and they are able to say, you know, I can go to school, get that degree or that certification, and come right back home and have a great career with one of these providers that are here with us today.
Hoping to make a change in the shortage of healthcare workers.
And they can stay here to meet our community's workforce shortages. So it's a multi-layer approach, if you will. We do have a crisis in healthcare across every discipline.
From Augusta University to Piedmont to Augusta Technical College and many more than 400 students had the opportunity to soak up knowledge from local healthcare professionals, helping students make decisions about their future before they graduate.
I want to be a nurse midwife because I'm really passionate about little babies and mothers.
Creating future healthcare workers, one student at a time. Reporting in Columbia County, Taylor Martin on your side.
And all the students who attended the Healthcare Expo are enrolled in career pathways at their own schools. Construction crews spotted at Eisenhower Park today. If you're wondering why, Commission approved an updated lease agreement with Augusta National for parking during the Masters. Documents show the agreement runs until 2026. The city says the Parks and Recreation Department had no planned projects for Eisenhower Park, and we're working now to learn more about how this change is going to happen and how this will impact the park going forward.
FEMA is on the ground in Bamberg. We catch up with a neighbor who has renewed hope on the recovery efforts there.
And temperatures remaining warm over the next several days, but we're also keeping those rain chances around on that full forecast just after the break. We'll be gusting around 30 miles an hour, but no need for the winter coat the next few days with those highs close to 20 degrees above average.
Looks like springtime on that forecast map. Riley, thanks. FEMA in Bamberg today, and the visit comes just days after county leaders declared a disaster there. This damage coming from an EF2 tornado, and crews still have a way to go before the town is cleaned up.
FEMA is still working to assess damage, but our City Hood talked to a neighbor who says these recovery efforts are giving her a new hope.
There's a bell that echoes through the calmness in Bamberg. Ellen Inhabitant knows everybody here.
Good afternoon. How you doing, ma'am? I love where I'm at. Bamberg County is to love. That is the place to be.
This place she loves so much is now destroyed.
I'm just grateful to be here to tell the story.
We first told you her story days after an EF2 tornado caused a tree to fall on her house, barely missing her.
It had to be God to save me.
Today, she still has that same attitude.
A little better for me, and hopefully for my county. Most important is for them.
Brick by brick, Bamberg is slowly rebuilding. Now, only time will tell how money can come in and help rebuild all of this. Federal funding could play a role in that.
Yes, we are going to get some help. Somebody cares. That shows me that FEMA and the county of Bamberg cares that we're going to receive some assistance. It's much needed.
We followed FEMA around while they looked at the damage and offered much needed assistance. For Ellen, it'll take nearly $8,200 to get her back to normal.
It's an expense, but hopefully I'll get assistance to assist me with the rest.
She still has a ways to go, but it's no problem for her.
No, I am grateful to be here, and I thank God for everything.
Because the bells keep ringing and people keep building. In Bamberg, Sydney Hood, on your side.
They were a close-knit community before, even more so now.
That's right. Everyone says this has really brought them together and brought out the best in that small town. And this Friday in Bamberg, city leaders are hosting a community cleanup campaign called Keep Bamberg Beautiful. This will be on Calhoun Street. It starts at 10 in the morning.
Former Grovetown basketball star and University of Alabama commit Darian Reed will be playing in the McDonald's All-American game. Dan looks closer at that honor next in sports.
And it is Girl Scout cookie season. While you are on the hunt for your favorite box, we take you to Savannah to learn more about its founder in One Tank Trips.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Accidents turn time anywhere you need us.
want to share an update with you about the crash on Green Pond Road that claimed the life of an 18-year-old earlier today. Loved ones of Emily Heath sharing this photo with News 12. They say during this difficult time, their family is completely heartbroken. The Aiken County Coroner's Office says the teen was driving north on Green Pond Road when her vehicle crossed the center line. She overcorrected, left the road, and hit a tree. South Carolina Highway Patrol is investigating.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
We're only 3.5 weeks into 2024, and our local athletes are already accomplishing some amazing things. Former Grovetown basketball star and University of Alabama commit Darion Reed has been selected to play in the 2024 McDonald's All-American game. Over the past calendar year, we've talked about how highly ranked and recruited Reed was, and this game is for the best of the best graduating seniors around the country. Countless NBA legends have played in this game, which is nationally televised, by the way. And when I say NBA legends, I'm talking about Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Shaq, and the list goes on and on and on. Some of the players on this year's All-American rosters were actually here in Augusta over the summer playing in Peach Jam. The McDonald's All-American game will take place on Tuesday, April 2nd at 9 o'clock inside the Toyota Center in Houston. Now, Midland Valley's Trayvon Dunbar was celebrated by the Aiken County School Board last night for his outstanding accomplishments on the gridiron. Dunbar is going to play college ball for West Virginia University, and this season he became the second player in the history of the South Carolina High School League to run for over 3,000 yards in a single season, scoring an unbelievable 42 touchdowns along the way. In the NFL, the Falcons' head coaching search continues on Wednesday by speaking with former Titans head coach Mike Vrabel. A couple of years ago, Vrabel was named the NFL Coach of the Year after leading Tennessee to the AFC Championship game. The Falcons have spoken with 15 different head coaching candidates to this point. They've interviewed Bill Belichick twice, and Jim Harbaugh is expected to have his second interview with the Dirty Birds tomorrow. Christenberry Fieldhouse is the place to be tonight. Both the Jaguars men's and women's basketball teams are hitting the court against Lander. Conference play is heating up, and the Jags are looking to defend their home floor with a couple of big games. A lot of those highlights for you from both of those games tonight at 11.
Well, you might have known the Girl Scouts were founded right here in Georgia, and now that it's Girl Scout cookie season, Will Volk has a Girl Scout-themed story for us.
Yes, he does. For this week's one-tank trip, he heads to Savannah, where the founder was born.
Savannah itself is the Girl Scout Mecca.
This home is full of history. Inside, this elevator is like a time machine. You step in on the bottom floor where it looks like a modern building, but then you go up, and when that door opens again, it looks like the 1800s.
Once you get inside, you really get immersed in the story of Juliet.
Danielle Christian used to be a Girl Scout. Today, she works for them. When she first moved to Savannah, it didn't take long for her to find out about Girl Scouts founder Juliet Gordon Lowe's home.
She started right in Savannah, recruited those first girls, and then it just grew from there.
Lowe was born in this house, and she spent a lot of her life here. It's filled with classic furniture and artwork created by her.
Juliet sculpted this one as well.
But about 70 years ago, it didn't look like this.
The house was in a state of disrepair, so the Girl Scouts bought it. They restored it with their own money, as well as money that the Girl Scouts raised themselves.
It's an important landmark to them. What once was their founder's house is now a home for Girl Scouts everywhere. In Savannah, Will Volk, on your side.
Just a beautiful spot in Savannah, open 7 days a week. They do recommend you call ahead to set up a tour, and the price varies depending on your age, military service, or if you're a Girl Scout.
And by the way, they do not sell Girl Scout cookies there, so don't show up unless you happen to see a troop set up outside. They do not have cookies.
Don't be surprised to see a tour bus or two parked out in front of that place. It is a busy spot. Some art students from AU want to make the city smile. Pretty soon you might see some smiley face stickers all around downtown with the hashtag #MakeASmileAUG. 3 students wanted to turn their class assignment for design into this community effort.
We were coming up with the concept of how to bring a word to the community. And so after a long list of words, we decided to come up with Smile. So essentially what we wanted to do is make Augusta smile. So we came up with a hashtag, make a smile, AUG, and we, just wanted to make it a fun trend for the community.
They say if you see a sticker, post it with that hashtag. If you can't find one, they say just take a picture of something that makes you smile and post that along with the hashtag. We're back with more in a moment.
All right, what do we got? Looks like 64 yards to the pin. About 64 mile per hour winds. Dude, there's no wind. Hand me my 64-degree wedge. What's it with you and 64? Are you 64? .com!
I approve this message.
Hey, Brett, I think we need a jingle.
What'd you have in mind?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you're thinking something, come knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door.
If you're 64.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, major flooding slamming the South, impacting at least 7 states, plus the new video of a miraculous rescue after one woman was stranded for 14 hours after her car flipped. Those headlines and much more ahead on the CBS Evening News.
Well, temperatures are going to stay warm over the next several days and even into the weekend. You can see Saturday we'll still have high temperatures, at least in the low, maybe mid-70s in a few spots. We'll see our highs drop off into the 60s Sunday, and that's when we do start to dry things out as we end off the weekend. Still keeping the chance for some rain early Sunday morning, but by the afternoon, we do start to clear out. Just going to be a little bit breezy throughout the day Saturday. And potentially something we are monitoring over the next couple of days is that the storm chances Saturday, a very low severe weather risk, so something that we're going to have to monitor, but till then we're just expecting rain and warm temps the next few days.
Riley, thanks. Our next live update comes at 7 o'clock over on 26 News.
Then we're back with more News 12 tonight at 11. We'll see you there.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
Attention.
Play America's favorite. And to play America's favorite jackpot game, this is Powerball. Good evening, America. I'm Laura Johnson. Tonight we have another life-changing jackpot for you. It's worth an estimated $146.3 million. So get those tickets out. Let's play. That first number up is 32, followed by the number 50. Tonight we're going to meet Jim from Brookville, Pennsylvania, who won $50,000 playing Powerball. Now for the rest of those numbers, we've got 5, the number 1, rounding it out with 64. Your Powerball number tonight, good luck everyone, is 8, and your Power Play multiplier is 4. Let's take a look at those numbers one last time. Remember, there are multiple ways to win. We'll see you back here Saturday night. Good night, everyone.
Live from Augusta, we're watching News 1226 at 11.
South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster giving his State of the State address tonight. We're going to hear from him and his goals for South Carolina this year. But first, domestic violence cases increased last year across our area.
Safe Homes of Augusta, one organization trying to reach those victims of domestic abuse. Wrdw live for us in the newsroom with how they're helping and some of the warning signs to look for.
They help victims of domestic violence with programs such as counseling, legal advocacy, shelter, and a 24-hour crisis hotline. Recently, Safe Homes has seen an increase in domestic violence cases and people reaching out for help. They say it's important to know what to look for and how to help.
So Safe Home services 10 counties, and so last year we provided services to over 2,036 men, women, and children who are victims of domestic violence.
She says the number of cases keeps going up every year.
The incidents that we saw last week, that was a lot for our community to endure at one time. And so we are just seeing the violence more and more often.
They need the community support now more than ever. Safe Homes of Augusta currently receives state funding, federal funding, and community funding. But could change.
That federal funding we're looking at maybe a significant cut for next year. And it's going to impact a lot of victim services here locally, but across the state. And when that happens and we see doors closing, then that's just going to be devastating for our state, because then victims aren't going to have those services. So it's really important for our community, to stand behind us as much as they can.
It's important to look for warning signs such as isolation, rushing a relationship, name calling, victim blaming, and financial abuse, because you never know what could be happening behind closed doors.
It's really important that we just all understand, and that when we're a bystander, we don't have to get involved because it's dangerous, but we can easily pick up the phone and call 911. So if you see it, don't ignore it.
If you are looking to help out, Safe Homes takes donations on the first Friday of every month, and they're always looking for volunteers. And if you know someone who might be a victim of domestic violence or are a victim yourself, reach out to Safe Homes in Augusta, and they will do anything they can to help. They have a 24-hour crisis hotline you can reach at 706-736-2499.
A crucial resource, and like you said, they are available all day and all night long.
They do really important work, and they have for years and years. Audrey, thanks for the update there from the newsroom. To Weather Now, I'll give you a live look